Are we up? Are we up?
We are live.
Hello, everybody. I am your community manager, Kittychix, with a voice again. Woot woot. I am feeling so much better. Through the interwebs to my right, you can see our game director, Chris Euryidium Rubior. Say hello, Chris.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, and muting of the stream. Okay, so welcome. This is Early Access Week 6, your live dev stream.
Has it been Week 6 already?
It's Week 6, I know, right?
Wow.
I had a conversation with a fellow CM yesterday talking about how last month was PAX East, and it took me a couple minutes to go, oh my gosh, that really was just last month. It's been kind of crazy. We have done so much in the last 6 weeks. It's kind of almost unbelievable.
Super awesome, actually. Lots of good stuff in the pipeline.
It is super awesome.
And thanks to the community for all the feedback, because it's all that feedback that made a lot of these changes and tweaks and wonderful things that we've added possible.
Woot woot, yes. And obviously there are tons more to come. And just before we get to the preview of Update 7, which we're hoping will drop tomorrow. Possibly tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow.
If all goes well.
Yeah, if all goes well. Let's do a quick recap on what got added in the patch that went live today. It is now live. If you have not updated yet, go update.
Yes, that's right. The patch is now officially live, and the team has been working around the clock to bring you awesome. So let's talk about Game Update 6. That's what we're on, right, Chloe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
remember from week to week what build number we're on, or forget build number, what update number we're on.
You forget on the dev side we're a little bit further ahead.
Yes.
So you guys will be pleased. We fixed a catastrophic bug, which basically some of the rocks in the starting locations, you could walk through them. Fixed. Done.
What?
Nailed. Enemies venturing out into the water, we've kind of tuned that, but truthfully that's going to be ongoing. I'm sure with a bit of coaxing you can get those deer out into the water. I haven't tried myself because I've done a great job of John has done a great job of getting them to do what we need them to do to keep them from heading out to a frigid death. We've corrected some audio for the trees, so they now play the proper audio. We've tuned a lot of the burn radiuses on trees, so you're no longer going to sizzle to death when you go to light stuff on fire. I've also tuned some of the damage, which is really cool. So now you can just light stuff on fire and have a great time. The Savage Cleaver and Black and Steel Sword, the typos were fixed. Thanks for calling that out, guys. I appreciate it when you go through and let me know that I really messed up. Let's see. See what I did there? That was good.
I did.
Now when you host a game, this is very important. You click host. You'll now have the option to set up if you want the server to be friendly or if you want it to be hostile, which is very important. Before, players could game the system, turn off hostile and friendly off and on. At least the host could, and that would really mess up gameplay. That's no longer an option anymore. You have to do that before you set up the server.
No more possible griefing with that, and thank you so much, everyone, for bearing with us while we got that one fixed for you. Thank you very much.
Yes. So let's see. Some other cool stuff. Let's see about Pike of Resurrection. The animation has been tuned, so it doesn't shake so much. Lycor now drops the Golden Reaver. I know many of you in beta have collected a few of those. I also tuned his spawn rate, and of course, many of you now that have like 15 of the Golden Reavers made me say to myself, maybe that spawn rate was tuned a little too high, so I've actually that'll be reduced in game update number 7. But they will spawn more often. The named creatures will spawn more often than they did. Barbed Skull Mace no longer requires the forge, along with the Fleshbound Hammer now requires the forge. We made some tweaks there. Just again, as we were making modifications to the recipes, some things got missed. So thank you guys very much. I also set the Savage Wolf Helm to uncommon. And there you have it. That's it for Game Update 6. Can we talk about Game Update number 7?
Yes. Yes, you should. Because we have some pretty interesting things that have been asked about going into that one.
Yes. So for Game Update number 7, I've changed how the forest giants are triggered in the world. I didn't like the region spawner system that we had for these particular guys. Wasn't working the way I wanted it to. So we've come up with a new system. We'll actually, in the long run, when we implement some of the next tier creatures, it'll all work hand in hand. So please, in Game Update 7, head out to the center of the island and find the forest giants in these open regions. And they will trigger for you. It's pretty cool. I've also made heavy modifications to the center of the island. I pulled out all of the tall rock spires that you would find kind of on the edges of the island. They're now located, you'll see those rock spires out in the water, and you'll now find those out in the center of the island. So when you're in the center of the island and you see these rock spires, you know that you're in the center of the island. Just kind of a nice little update to the geography to give you guys bearings of where you're at. I've added more camps to the world, which is super awesome. I've also added unique spawners in those camps so that you'll find some cool stuff, you know, like savage wolf fur armor and many other things. As you go deeper into the wilderness now, those camps will spawn better items. Sweet! So, pretty cool stuff. We've also working on some really cool features. One, players will now be able to repair items. Bet you're super stoked about that, huh? Yeah.
And for those who are curious, it is not currently in the build yet. You cannot see this yet. This is the upcoming patch. But next week's stream, we will absolutely be showing that one off. So don't worry, you will see it very shortly.
Yes. I should say the co-team and I worked out a solution for corpses. So players, when they die, you'll be able to find your corpse much easier. We leave a corpse moniker, a UI element, skull and crossbones, that will show you how far away your corpse is, and you can travel to it. Now, there is a max distance of 280 meters on it, so as long as you're within that sphere, you'll be able to see that moniker. You'll be able to see it through the terrain. You'll be able to see it at night. You'll be able to see it at day. No matter where you are,
you're going to be able to find your corpse.
You'll be able to find your corpse, which is super awesome.
You've spawned, or
now,
assuming your respawn pike is within 200 meters of it.
That's right. So the next thing, and this is a big one, the code team has really been hard at work at this. We're adding in SteamOS support and Mac support. So we'll be supporting 2 new platforms. So for you Linux guys out there and you Mac guys out there, you'll now be able to download the beta build and test it out, which actually I'm going to go into next. And that is if everything goes well, by the way, guys, between now and tomorrow. We may decide to hold it because we found some other bugs. The idea is to put the SteamOS and the Mac version out there into beta, let you guys test it. We really need your help testing, find bugs, and then report back to us so that we can fix those bugs in preparation for when we make those updates live. So a lot of cool stuff is in the works. I got more, which we'll add tomorrow in our Game 7 update preview that we post in the forums. I really hope you guys like those. I know a lot of devs don't do those on their forums, but we do because we are hard at work and we love you guys. So, who's ready to go on a hunt to find Euryidium, or Euryidium, as my character is named?
I think it sounds an awful lot like they do.
All right, guys.
So what Chris is going to do is he's going to start a game. You'll see the password. He's going to go hide. You have to find him. And if you find him, you get an entire stack of really, really sweet loot that you get to keep.
Yes.
And then we're going to start the process all over again. Map gets shut down. He starts it up again, he goes and hides, etc., 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 etc. I don't think you want to, I was going to say, don't choose hostile. That would be bad.
Yeah, so the idea is, you guys will come and find me. I've set up campfires. I'm not going to go running around. I will kind of look around the terrain. Some spots might be easy, some spots might be difficult. I'm not going to give it away other than looking around, so you're going to have to watch the stream to get clues. First person to find me, you will get the bag of loot. And then after that, go ahead and quit out, and I will shut down the server. Just to repeat it again, guys, I'm not keeping the server up. I have 8 different worlds that I've created with 8 locations that I've set up so you guys can come and find me. A lot of cool stuff I'm giving away, especially for you guys, you newer players that might not have some of this gear. I'm a big fan of Savage Wolf gear, so that's one of the armor sets we'll be giving away, as well as a flesh-wrapped hammer and a Reckless Edge, 2 really cool weapons, chopping trees, mining, really good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start. We're going to start with Island 1. Boop. And I'll set the password up. And this is to, so everybody in the stream will see it. The password will be lowercase signal, in all lowercase. That is, again, the password will be signal, all lowercase. And by the way, guys, if you win a bag, please, refrain from jumping into the next island so that we give everybody a chance. All right, host options.
All right. You do all that stuff, and I am going to start asking you questions.
All right.
You're not allowed to stop running to answer a question. I'm going to make you run and answer questions at the same time. Oh, you're already in the...
I'm already in the world.
You're smart, and you're already in the right spot in that world. Awesome. Okay. Lots of great questions this week, which is amazing. Thank you guys for posting them. So let's get started with... Onibus asks, do you plan to make a group system where you can see your group members' names from a distance and maybe even see their health bar when they're starting to get attacked?
I would love to add a group system to the game to make things much easier. So definitely in the forums, post it up there in the feedback section. If any of the mods are on, Sean, Kryzak, you guys, if you guys can sort some of these kind of cool things that we talk about for me, but a grouping system would be fantastic. We got a lot of stuff planned in the hopper right now, so it may be something that would come online a couple months down the road, or months down the road. I don't have an exact date for you guys, but it's something I would love to add to the game.
Excellent. So, yes, in other words. All right. He's got a follow-up question. What is an estimated timeline to adding additional mechanics to the fighting system, say like blocking?
Well, we want to get through. We're already on like a 4-week schedule right now, where we want to get in more PvP stuff. I want to get in leaderboards. There's a lot of other kind of miscellaneous features that we gotta get in, which you guys will see in the game update previews that we put up in the forum. So it's kind of hard to say. I would say maybe within the next 8 to 10 weeks. I know that sounds like a long time, but I can assure you there's a lot of good stuff planned that we're going to add over the next 6 months. In addition to all the cool features that you guys come up with in the forums, that makes sense for the game. And that's in addition to new creatures and new weapons and new armor as well. So a lot of...
Some of which we've shown off, some of which we haven't as of yet.
All right, what do we got here?
Next question.
All right, who do we have? We have...
Oh, do we have a winner already?
We have a winner.
Yay!
Ren Farseer. All right. We got a dire bear hide... I can't... dire bear hide backpack for you. There you go.
And he even, according to the stream, he even brought you a friend.
Yeah, that was awfully nice. I love the wolves. All right, cool. Congrats, Rand Farseer. All right, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna shut down the server, boys and girls, and we're gonna go to island number 2. Thank you, Ren. All right.
You did make sure that, okay, yeah, he did pick this stuff up. That's good.
All right. So, hosting the next game, Euryidium.
Here's your next question.
Hold on, let me get the server up. All right, we're on island number 2.
All right.
The password will be signal, all lowercase.
Dun, 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 dun. So Lyle has asked, and I'm hoping I'm saying your name right, because he's one of our awesome forum members, Dragon Meat. Now, you mentioned yesterday some interesting information during an interview with Gaming for Adoption, specifically about Kerr. And I'm going to make you re-say it. What are you planning for the dragon fights with Kerr?
Oh, Chloe.
See, this is why I go to your interviews, because I make sure our community gets to hear your evil plans.
So one of the things I want to do with Kerr, from a kind of an encounter standpoint, is I want to go very MMO style boss encounter with him, which is basically. In the center of the island, we're going to build this really cool kind of ruined fortress. And basically it'll be this encounter. You'll only be able to attack Kerr at 2 times of the day. That'll be dusk and dawn, and that's when Kerr is the weakest. So whoever gets to me the first, boys and girls, will get the bag. You got to get to me first. I see him running. They're running fast. All right.
Okay. It's okay.
Hold on. We have a winner. Skull. All right, buddy. This you can have this bag. Let me give it to you. Beat the other guy to the punch. He was looking in the wrong spot. All right, hold on. All right, hold on, Skull. We're just gonna do something here. I know. I'm sorry, Hercules. You can try the next one, buddy. Skull made it first. Hold on, I just want to make sure. Oh, it's not showing up. That's weird.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, boy. I just shut down the server, everybody. Skull, I'll save a backpack for you. All right?
GG, dude.
GG. Sorry about that.
Alright,
it's a savage, brutal land.
Do not worry. This is just a oopsie on the temp's part.
That's my fault.
Don't worry, your stuff will be there.
Yeah, so Skull, don't worry about it. I'll get you a bag. You're good. I'll send you a message. Sorry about that. That's how I roll, boys and girls. I just click randomly on options.
Alright, so while you go back to A, hosting a new game, and B, explaining the rest of the idea about Kerr's instancing, because you cut yourself off mid-sentence, haha, I am finish. I'm going to do a quick giveaway in the game chat. This is for a copy of Savage Lands. So I'm going to do a keyword giveaway, and I have a great idea for it. It is going to be... Don't enter this yet because I haven't gotten there, but it's going to be Dusk and Dawn. One phrase, but no spaces. One phrase, no spaces. And that'll be, and no caps as well. Dusk and Dawn.
Alright.
We'll pick a couple winners, and so the idea is that there'll be a new tower. You'll be able to
well, not a new tower. There's actually, we're going to build out a set piece for the encounter with Kerr, and it'll explain too. It'll all tie in together because as we build out the lore, all of this kind of stuff will make sense as it's implemented into the game. And we actually do have I put together a schedule. I shouldn't say put together. I have a 6-month schedule now of our implementation plan for the game and when lore is going to go in, when new structure updates are going to go in, all that good stuff. So it'll all coincide with lore that'll be added to the world, to the villages, all that good stuff. So but the encounter itself will be pretty epic. I want it to be a staged type of encounter where you have to take Kerr down, and you have to take him down. I want to take him down ideally, and we'll work with code on this, what makes sense. But in that time frame from dusk, from dusk to dawn, essentially you have a small time window to take him out before he becomes incredibly powerful again. And there's a reason why that is in the center of the island. And if you guys map out how I've set up the forest giants, all right, hold on. Congrats to Drixon. I'll just call him Doctor. Congrats to the doctor. All right, I got a bag for you, buddy. Woohoo! Get it before it rolls away. I got to fix the colliders on those. All right, congrats, doctor. Woohoo!
And while you are giving yours away, I am picking mine as well.
So server's coming down. All right.
I'm going to do 3 winners, so congratulations to Tennessee JD, Crimson Gargoyle, and Chain BTF. You guys are getting copies of Savage Lands, which is awesome. So please, if you win something from one of my giveaways today, please, please, please message me after the chat and message me here on Twitch, and I will get you those awesome copies of the game.
Whoa! All right.
All
so
right.
good stuff, guys. So is everybody digging this? I want to do this again. You know, not next stream, but maybe the stream after. I'll put together a new set of different armor and items and stuff. But I actually enjoy doing hide and seek stuff where you come and find me. So I think I'm going to do this again. It's just kind of it is a bit of a time-consuming process putting together the bags. But you know what? You guys are worth it. All right, so let's host the next game.
All right, and while you do that...
We're on Island 4, Euryidium Island Hunt 4. All right. The final one, I should make everybody PvP, and I'll put on my Eben.
Sure. That might be funny.
Now, Skull was walking around in Eben. I should make him duel me for it. Nah, but I won't do that. No. He found me. Fair and square. All right.
Fair is fair. All right. Next question.
Hold on, Claire.
Oh, come on. What, you can't multitask?
No.
I have to moderate the stream, keep you on task, and be able to answer questions, both in chat and live.
Pretty easy job.
Come on.
All right. So there you go, guys.
See what I have to put up with, ladies and gentlemen? You see what I am forced to work with.
Looking around, give you guys a bit of an idea of where I might be. All right. Good luck to you. All right. So that was it with the dragon. Cool stuff planned. I want to make it an epic encounter. He'll drop great stuff, dragon scale, because who doesn't want to use dragon scale to craft dragon scale armor? Shields, I know we mentioned about shields and blocking. Yes, I would love to put shields in. Hold down the right mouse button. You can bring up your shield. Blocking, coming attacks. Yes, I would love to do that. Again, it's something that's in the plan that I have. Got to present it to code to make sense, you know, when we can fit this into their schedule as they're cranking on making sure all of this stuff comes together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, I'm making you answer a new question. Very, very often asked, both in feedback and here on the streams, destroying buildings.
Yes, it's something we want to. We were just floating around a list the other day. That's one of the things that we want to get on the list.
Yep. So we don't have an ETA yet, but that is something that we are really interested in being able to do.
Looks like somebody's coming. I just saw a bunch of deer run by.
Well, maybe they just wanted to go for a run.
Awesome.
You know, you might have placed your campfire in a spot where they, you know, are running races or something.
Anybody that's played long enough, I probably knows this location. All right, let's see. Anybody? Oh, we're looking good.
You're one of the ruins, aren't you?
This is an area, one of the newer areas that I've set up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just looking at the way the posts are standing there. All right. What about other types of long range? So this is a question from Savage Pool. Other types of ranged weapons, things like potentially siege equipment or stuff like that, would definitely be something that could be useful in, say, attacking Kerr.
Potentially, yeah. We do want to add other types of ranged weapons to the game. I want to add slings and different types of bows to the game. Siege weapons would be cool. Maybe it makes sense in the fortress area that we build out that Kerr kind of dominates. But we'll see.
Kerr's gonna be able to use siege weapons against you.
No, remnants of the fortress that he destroyed.
But I'm trying. Okay, so potentially.
Ah, there's Hercules. He made it this time. Good for him. All right, we got a backpack for you. Big winner! Winner! Grab it before it rolls away. Woohoo! All right, hold on.
All right.
All right, guys. I'm
from Savage Fool.
I'm gonna shut down the server.
Do your server switchy thingy. Potions.
Yes, they're gonna go in.
That you have talked about that we will be having. What type of potions are you looking to be able to do? Are you looking to, at the same time as adding potions that can affect your for healing and maybe poisoning, etc., etc., are you also looking at the idea of, oh, I don't know, beverages, which could add some interesting effects to the player, such as stumbling around intoxicated of some form?
I don't know. Yeah, we'll see in that area what makes sense. You know, some grog, maybe. I don't know. We'll. But there are elixirs that I want to craft, combination of different, you know, berries and nuts and other things that you'll be able to find in the world and bring them together to make some interesting potions that you can use to cure disease, cure poison, potentially increase your run speed, increase your cold resistance, things like that. So.
Absolutely.
We'll see. That stuff is going to go in. It's going to trickle in as we add more, as we add more items to the world that you can harvest. That list of things that you'll be able to craft into potions will grow over time.
It would be very interesting. I'm just, hypothesizing here that, we have berries and they do ferment, and that interestingly, fermented berry intoxicated punching opportunities.
It's possible. I could also, maybe add some Romulan ale.
Because that would totally...
It totally makes sense.
Totally work.
I'm going to go ahead and start up the next server, which is Euryidium's Island Hunt 5.
Indeed.
All right. Here we go. And guys, if you've already won, if you've, please, hang back, let other players jump into the server. So that other players get an opportunity to come and find me. Skull, I will find you after the stream, and I'll give you your bag. Don't worry, I got you covered. That was my fault, so don't sweat it, buddy. All right.
He's patiently waiting.
All right, here we go. We're going Euryidium's Island Hunt number 5, and then we're going to slow it down just a little bit.
All right. But we are halfway through. So you're actually on time. You're on time with your PvPing, or you're not PvPing. You're hiding. You're flat out hiding.
I could add a 9th. Let somebody kill me in the end.
You could.
Whoever.
You could just do a straight up PvP match.
I could.
We'll see where we are with time.
Right.
We will see where we are.
All right. What's next?
There's nothing more amusing than watching, getting to fight a dev. There really isn't. All right. So your game is up. That's cool. Randomized user has asked, when or if will we get the names of villages and rare mobs mentioned in the forums and on the Twitch streams displayed in game? So when you find Lycor, will we ever see his name above him or anything else like that?
Yes, that's actually something I would like to have be able, when you take your targeting cursor and you cursor over, say, a particular mob, I would love to display the name billboard, name moniker above them, so that you know exactly what you're killing. I'm making it to some of the named characters. Lycor is actually getting a makeover, so he's going to be in black armor now. He's also going to have purple eyes, and Ragnarok is going through a bit of a makeover as well. So the new creatures will definitely look different, or the named creatures will look different than the creatures that they kind of represent, or the breed that they come through.
And so I actually have a couple of questions from the chat. One that Devlin has asked me before, and I want to verify with you. He's actually looking for both Draymar and Ragnarok. Especially in the beta build, which is now live. I know you've said that they're spawning. Have you actually seen them in game since we moved to build 17148, because he has been unable to find them so far.
Ragnarok is on their spawners vary. I'm tuning him today, so if you're saying that he's not spawning as much as he should, absolutely. Draymar spawns, but he spawns over in Befallen, in the Befallen area, so he's on the other side of the island.
Okay. So, Devlin, you've got a couple more places to go look. If you can't find them, please let us know, because then we'll go do some more digging.
Yeah, Ragnarok actually spawns in the ruins between Argo and Tillian. If you want me to give you the exact location.
Well, I mean, that's still a fairly large location, right? It's not exactly small. So, I mean, we are careful to not give you guys the exact thing, because there is some fun to actually going and finding these things. But if there is a bug where they're not spawning at all, not having specific areas can be a little more problematic. Now, there are a couple of people who are saying that they can't see the server. And actually I want to talk to you about that afterwards offline, but hopefully, if you guys give your servers a refresh, you'll actually be able to see. We've got a couple more chances for you to actually get on here, and hopefully find Chris and get some stuff.
There was a privacy setting. I apologize, guys.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, I can see that. Well, GG, noob.
All right.
So, at this point...
Well-oiled machine. All right, who do we have? We have Blind Hitman. Woot! What happened?
I'm just you. I swear to God, everyone, we are actually professionals.
We're legit.
We totally know what we're doing. We are Jewel. Okay, so Chris sucks, I'm dying of laughter, and he's giving out free stuff. So, anybody who has been trying to find him, you should now be able to see it. It is not your fault, it was our fault, our bad. We hurt you.
Don't worry about it, guys. This is all under control. We got this. So, all right, guys. Same rules as before. If you won something, please, don't jump in. Let the other guys that haven't had an opportunity to win something, ish. Just make it easier for other players that want to jump in and get some cool stuff. All right, guys. So I'm going to bring down the server now. Congrats to the Hitman there. Won a nice bag of goodies. And let's see what I got left. I got 3 bags of awesome, and then of course I'll give out whatever else I have on me at the time.
Sounds good.
And we'll be good. All right. So I'm shutting down the server.
All right. While you're shutting down, I'm going to ask you another question. Devlin did just ask another great question in chat. He is curious. Does the scrolling up? Does the rotted oak skull smasher apply its effects on creatures the same way it did when he was being attacked by it?
Not necessarily. Now, I can give you the creatures of the Sundered Isle are immune to many of the effects that are applied to the player. No, they don't. So the effects that are on the weapons only apply to the player.
Ah, interesting.
And we are looking, let me finish. And we are looking at adding, I've talked to the co-team about potentially adding detrimental effects to weapons, so that things, so that if you combine your weapon with, say, something, it'll add poison, or if you find a weapon and there's a poison attribute to it, so when you do PvP, you'll be able to apply these effects to other players in Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
All right, we're loading up Euryidium's Island Hunt 6.
All right, and while you are doing that, I'm going to do another giveaway. So giving another giveaway, and it will be the phrase, no spaces. The phrase is not friends only. You're just giving me so many options today. What can I say? All right, so not friends only for another chance to win a copy of Savage Lands. If you have already won, or if you already own a copy of the game, give it away to a friend. give it away on a stream that you're doing. You can give it away as part of a Twitch giveaway, or if you do YouTube videos, you can give it away to one of your viewers. For us, we are just happy that you are sharing Savage Lands with your friends. So, not friends only is that keyword, and it's all one word, no, or all one phrase, no spaces. And I'm gonna make you answer another question while I let that pile up.
All right.
Will there be a chance, from Zentaris, will there be a chance that we add buildings for collecting, or buildings or items for collecting and storing wood logs or stone?
Will there be a chance? Hold on. I think I have some dice on me. That'll determine.
Did you actually bring a D20? Because that would kind
I
of
actually
awesome.
have D20s on my desk. I should do that. Hold on. Let me consult the 8-ball. There is a possible chance.
More than a 50% chance.
There's 80%. Maybe 85. It all depends on where we can fit it into the schedule. We do have a plan. I'm putting together a plan for a structure overhaul so that structures will give players, provide unique functionality for the player. So if you build a particular structure like a smokehouse, you can store meat. Certain other structures give you something else. So I got to finish out the designs on a lot of these, but we're going to be making an overhaul to how some of the structures function that the players can build.
Awesome. And yes, everyone, I am paying back Chris in trolling. He has trolled me for over 6 weeks, so here is my payback.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Oh, just making fun of you. And wait.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I'm not failing as badly on stream today. This makes me happy.
All right. I'm going to... Really?
What?
No, I got attacked by a wolf.
Oh, good job. Okay, your stream hasn't got up yet, so this is one problem where I can't actually see your screen until 30 seconds later, or whatever the stream leg is. All right, so while I'm picking, we're gonna do another 3 winners today. Here is your next question. While you wait beneath your tree.
I cannot wait. What do we got?
You just set the tree on fire. You set the tree on fire.
What do we got?
Great waiting beneath the tree there. Okay, so in that build revamp that you were just talking about, are we likely to see more complicated buildings where you have to actually pick up, or you sort of have to do different things, like you have nails, you have individual boards that you're gonna have to craft first and then build in, all that kind of stuff. What are you thinking of doing?
What am I thinking of doing? All right, who do we got? We got Stan. Yes, I would like more complicated buildings. I have no problem complicating buildings and complicating the blueprints. It's just how, it really comes down to your time investment, what you get for that time investment. So, congrats to Stan here. It really comes down to what you get for that time investment. So, as we put together this plan and overhauling the structures, what makes sense in terms of, going out, putting nails, doing all these other things for the templates, yeah, sure, we could very well do it. It may require you to go out, take low quality ore. Now you got to put together spikes, and those spikes you need to hammer in to make the wood logs. Really comes down to what makes sense. What do players really want?
Chris, did you remember to reset the privacy settings on your game?
Yeah, it's set to anyone.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because people are questioning in chat, so.
Yeah, it's the server setting. I'm going to leave it up so that when it streams, everybody can see it. Anyone. But it is passworded, Signal.
Ah, that shouldn't be it. Real Boomstick's actually just asking, is it set to friends only by default now?
I think that's what happens, yes.
Okay, that's really good information to know.
All right. So, everybody, who do we got here? Hey, Felix. Unfortunately, you're a little late. But I'm going to set stuff on fire. So, yeah, so hopefully that answers the question. As we do the structure overhauls, or we enact that plan, we'll definitely look at modifying the recipes or the build diagrams and the components needed to make those structures more complicated. All right, guys, bringing down the server.
And while you do that, I'm going to announce my winners. So congratulations to Falling in Reverse, West Will, and Trakinus Dragon? Why do you people choose names that make me sound like an idiot when I try and say them on Steam?
So we're seeing people. I've seen a couple messages that have said that people can't see the server because they haven't opted into the beta. You shouldn't have to opt into the beta. The beta update is actually live.
Yeah.
So as long as you have, which Steam forces you to download the update before you can play, as long as you have the you should be able to see the server no problem. So it's set to anyone. The password is Signal, so you guys should be able to have no problem getting in. I'm seeing a lot of people jump into my game, so I'm going to go ahead and shut down. We'll start a new one. So what questions you got?
The next one that isn't actually on my list, but it's of course something that comes up all the time, is respawning materials.
Yes.
Yes. Now we know that in a fairly soon upcoming update, not update 7, guys. This is not for update 7, but probably an update 2 or 3 behind it. Kerr is going to start lighting that forest on fire if he sees you.
He will eventually hopefully in the next several updates.
Yeah.
We'll get Kerr's AI in place where he'll hover and he'll attack those unfortunate souls that happen to be within his aggro radius.
Which is kind of scary.
Yeah, so if you want to venture up to the tower and he's at the tower or he's flying in, he could very well aggro on you. But at the same time, we want to look at making sure that structures, if there's stone structures, provide protection from Kerr, so you'll be able to hide and break that aggro. So we gotta. There's a lot of tweaking that we have to do there. We got to work with the code team to make sure that feels good and it works really well. Because I mean, it wouldn't be fun if you're always out in the open and Kerr finds you and you die. Granted, you can find your corpse much easier now.
Well, they will be able to.
But it wouldn't it wouldn't be a lot of fun.
Is going to be previewed hopefully tomorrow.
All right, guys. I'm hosting another world. This is Euryidium's Fantasy Island because I messed up when I created this island. So Euryidium's Fantasy Island 7. That's what we're at. All right. I'm going to slowly go click the button here. Click.
And it's, of course, got the same password as always,
yes.
Which is...
Signal, all lowercase.
Yep. Okay. So where I was really going with that question is not only will Kerr set trees on fire, will we have a way of some sort to actually replant the trees, replant sundered cotton bushes or frostberry bushes or tree nut trees?
That's a good question, and I actually don't have an answer for that one.
That's fair.
It is there's a lot of technical functionality surrounding that with how we have our world generated. So there could be a lot of issues, but I'd have to talk to the code team. I don't have an answer on how we would be able to handle something like that.
At some point, we recognize that, we've seen videos with 400 hours in in game, and the entire area surrounding Argo has been clear cut, and in its place people have built structures, and that starts you down a path of, well, what happens when you actually start running out of materials? Now that's 400 hours into the game.
Yeah, I've seen some great videos of servers that have clear cut. These guys have clear cut an entire quadrant of the island, which is incredibly impressive.
Yes.
The amount of time spent to cut down the forest, I mean, that's just insane. So.
Well, the amount of time, the amount of materials that has to go into items that are actually being used to clear cut those, and then there's the actual building of the buildings that also go along with that. I mean, it's intensive, but at some point, we will have to look at it, I think.
Looks like I'm seeing maybe there's a bug. All the server doesn't show up if it's full.
Yes, that's actually been around for a while, which is what I wanted to talk to you about.
All right, I'm going to send that to the code team, guys. That's a bummer. All right, looks like somebody's running down the beach, boy. They're sprinting fast.
Hopefully they get you before they're
naked too. So this person's gonna check it. He's almost there. Oh, his sprint just ran out. All right, woohoo! Dead Lily. Congrats. Here we go.
All right, and while you do that, your next question, and we've talked about in the future, very far in the future, probably as we get closer to the end of early access development, that we may in fact start looking at the possibility of adding additional islands, probably through DLC, where you would actually be crafting boats and going elsewhere. So that is potential, but not confirmed at this point, because honestly, we're not sure where that actually is on the realm of things. What about fishing? Are we going to start actually using the shoreline for more than just spawning at?
Yes.
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 Potentially.
All right, so I'm going to give away an Easter egg right now. I'm going to sidetrack. All right, guys, you see those two pillars right there? Boom, boom. You can see them. That represents the starting zone. Out in this quadrant, there's a boat, and there's a little guy. And if you can find it, it just barely peeks above the water. There's a cool weapon that drops. All right, Easter egg done. All right. It's good time. So if anybody wants to spend a lot of time dying. Now, again, you probably will die a lot, so I'm just letting you know. For fun, if you want to try to do it, you can. But it's out in that area of the water.
All right.
All right, so what was the question again, Chloe?
Fishing.
Fishing, yes, I want to add fishing. I just don't know when I'm going to add fishing.
Because at that point, I mean, it actually changes how water works. It changes what we do with water. I mean, obviously, we're on an island. We're surrounded by water, so there's potential. But
yeah, we got to build out the animations. You know, make sure we get it in there. We got to. There's a few systems we got to get in place. I don't think it's going to be relatively difficult to do, but I want to make sure that fishing will be pretty cool when you do it, and it's well worth the time that you spend out here in the water fishing, and you get cool stuff, and you know, maybe even use the scales. I'd want to plan it out properly so that everything you get from the fish you can use for various crafting components, not just food per se. So that's something we have to spend a little bit more time on, but yes, I want to get it in.
And actually, off of that, oh my gosh, I just had, right, speaking of mats that you get when things are affected, you can set things on fire. And you get this thing called charcoal. We haven't actually added the recipes for that yet, but can you give us a quick preview on what charcoal is actually going to be used for?
Save it. Charcoal will be used for things like poison remedies.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be a component used in different types of potions.
All right.
And other miscellaneous things, but right now, a big thing is like potions and different types of components, and
potentially making your tummy better after you eat, say, tainted meat.
Yeah, it's great for decayed flesh.
Awesome.
All right, I'm going to quit out, guys, shutting down the server. All right, this is our last bag to give away, and hopefully I made this one relatively difficult. But, you know, I purposely kind of stayed within the area of Argo and the start locations, so...
Is this one outside where you've been?
It's on the edge.
It's on the edge. All right.
It's on the edge. All right, so I'm going to host a game. Euryidium. Euryidium's Island Hunt 8. That is where we're going to go, everybody. And then when we're done, once we have a winner, we're going to set the place on fire.
And in the meantime, you can try and wail on Chris. Right? Right? You're going to turn on TV?
We're going to hostile, everybody.
So the last one will be hostile. Okay.
Yes, but don't kill me. You can't kill me before I give you the bag. That's the only rule. All right, because that's not cool. All right, so I'm starting up the server now.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Next question.
Saber-tooth walruses. Yeah, walruses would be pretty cool. I want those. I'd love to have them.
Horses.
And use their tusks for weapons? Absolutely. All right, I'm going to look down the ground, not to give anything away while I set up the options.
So we've shown off a bunch of new non-hostile, so I guess friendly, tameable mobs that will eventually get added. And those are, of course, the rabbit, the goat, the cow, and the bison. And we've talked a little bit about the swarmers, although we haven't seen them yet. When might we start to see the first of those new mobs?
Right now, John, who you guys met last week, he's hammering away at refining the AI so it's a little less unwieldy, more organic in how it works. So and that's with the core creatures that we currently have in the game. Once he's done with that work, then we'll look at adding in some new creatures that we have, such as goats, the rams. Corbett, one of our artists here, just finished up rabbits. I did a pass at the rabbit models that I want to get in, snow rabbits. And then I got to get those over to the animator, Nate, so that Nate can rig those up and we can populate them into the world.
Cool. So we're still at least a couple weeks away.
Several updates away.
You guys may remember, those of you who have been following along with us for the last little while, we had Nate on stream during the stream extravaganza, which was when we actually moved from our official closed alpha into early access, and that was at the beginning of March. And at the time, Nate was full on in the middle of working on the bow. So between that and when we actually went live with the bow, which is now 2 updates ago, I think that was update 4, that was about a month in terms of where he had already, started work on it when we got it in. It's not an indication that it would take a month to get rabbits per se in, but it does take a significant period of time to get them from Corbett in art to Nate in animating and then into the actual game. So if you can kind of extrapolate from that timeline, that's sort of the idea of when we might start seeing things.
Yeah, it just takes time, guys. So we'll definitely get it in. Evil Lucian. Yeah, John's a great guy, and we'll definitely have him on more. We'll have John on more. Want to get Tom on the streams. Tom can talk about a lot of the stuff that he works on the engine, and get Jackie in here, and she can talk about a lot of the cool gameplay stuff that she works on, as well as the artists. Get those guys on here. So I think we're going to break up the stream so Chloe and I don't hog up everything. I'll come in and do, I want to start doing more fun stuff like these hunts and playing with you guys and showing off cool stuff and lead adventures to go kill stuff. That's what I love to do on stream. So we'll definitely have more of the coders in to talk about what they do, talk about things that are in the pipeline, and explain how stuff gets implemented, especially if and when we transition to Unity 5, as well as getting Tom in here to talk about the Steam OS, as well as the Mac stuff that we've been working on. I think it'd be great to have those guys on to chat with everybody. So.
And that doesn't mean that we won't still be here, or at least I will likely still be here, making sure that we go through the, the most recent patch updates. We will still be talking about what's coming up in upcoming patches, all that kind of stuff. That's not going away. That's not going anywhere, because we think it's pretty valuable to actually make sure that you guys are getting your information as soon as it is possible. Chris giving away a little bit of ideas as to where he is right now. All right, so I have just about hit all of the questions that we got this week. If anybody has questions in chat, go ahead and hit them at us, throw them at us.
Yeah, let's see what you guys got.
Us at at Signal, so I can actually see them. They pop up and I can read them much easier. And then I think because we're about 5 to, well, I guess we have to wait for the last folks to come and find you, which should be happening
Yes, I'm sure they're en route now. We got a lot of people on the server.
It's okay.
So remember, the password is Signal, everybody. Euryidium's Island Hunt 8. I will double check the options again, but I think we're good. Yep, set to anyone. Password Signal. So yeah, we're good.
All right. So we've got a couple of questions. Thank you so much for shooting them at us. Savage Fool has another question. With magic, whenever we get around to it.
We'll get around to it. It's in our plan.
I know.
It's in our master plan, Chloe.
My point is whenever we get to it. Not that are we going to, but whenever that is.
I've sent you that master plan, haven't I?
No, you haven't.
Ah. It's glorious.
Chris, don't make me mad. Don't make your community manager mad. That's not a good thing. Anyways, what kind of magic are we looking at? Now, we've talked previously, you're very much against, let me finish, you're against overpowering. You don't want to be this great big huge wizard. No,
the magic, I want to focus magic in the items, not the player himself. So I want to, because then if it's on the player, then you start, oh, here we go, we got somebody. We got Jay! There you go. Hold on, let me give him his stuff. Let me give you your bag. Congrats, buddy. There you go.
Woot woot.
There we go. All right, there's a bunch of stuff on the ground. Hold on. Boop. Hold on. There's a guy over here. Looks like, where'd he go? Hey. Hold on. Come here. I'm not going to kill you. I just want to give you a weapon.
Someone did actually ask last night during the quest, game quest stream, can we set other players on fire?
Not yet.
You're running. Why are you, Chris?
There we go. Can we set other players on fire? No. There you go.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Hooked up.
Okay.
See, look at that. Nice developer. Oh, I'm getting pummeled. You're not going to shoot a naked guy, are you, Jay?
Yeah, he totally is. He totally is. And did you hear my question? Because my
are you going to set people on fire, burn them to a crisp?
Obviously in PvP, but
maybe in time if we want to go story, but we'll see. I'm not a huge fan of ripping people's intestines out or decapitation, but a little bit of blood when you slice somebody open is not bad.
That's fair. I mean, it also actually does affect our potential rating as well. So for future, because right now we are rating pending because we're not finished with development.
That's right.
Okay, so...
who wants to kill the naked guy? Anybody? I'm going to freeze to death. I don't have my gear on. All right.
So and your torch, you just put your torch away, so you're not even...
I don't want to go hack somebody and then reduce the durability on their armor. That's kind of rude. All right.
Well, that's why the idea of the unclothed punching works so well.
All right, everybody. Hold on. We're going to do this right.
All right. One last question.
There we go.
And then I'm going to do one more giveaway. Skill trees. Now this is something that, again, you were talking a little bit about last night where, people are asking us, well, is there a progression of some kind? Is there quests, additional quests of some type planned? And you had some interesting things that you said about that last night, so I'd actually like to recap those today, if you wouldn't mind.
Once we get lore into the game, we're going to be putting journals into the world that kind of recapture the events that have taken place over, X number of years here on the Sundered Isle. So, one of the things we may do, and I have to talk with Code, I don't want to turn the game into WoW, which is, hey, there's Joe the Dwarf. Let me go get a quest. Now he's going to give me a piece of armor. No, I may come up with certain tasks or feats that the player must accomplish, similar to what the tasking system we currently have in place, that you go on a journey and you may get something cool in return. I gotta propose something to code. Again, I don't want to make something overly complicated, but I do like the idea of players going out, performing a particular type of task, and being rewarded for that task. That also ties into the lore of the world. It might take you somewhere, ultimately in the end, to a particular area on the map that you have to find, like the skeleton of this person or this family or whatever. We'll see. Once I start kind of rolling out the lore and present this system to code, we'll see what they think, and then we'll go from there. But there are some cool things that we might be able to hammer out to give players certain tasks. As for a skill system, maybe, I don't know. Skill systems get really complicated, but we'll see. We'll come July. Ask me that question in July.
Okay. That's fair.
All right, I'm shutting down the server.
We'll be what? 3 weeks? No, it's 3 weeks. 3 months into early access by that point, so that puts us right around... Well, by that point, we'll actually have passed our official year in development, right?
Yes.
We should plan something around that.
Well, that's right. When we started deving the game?
Yeah, we should mark that somehow.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
Well, I wasn't thinking so much of a party. I was thinking more something for our players. I mean, true, they haven't been there right from day one, but you know, they've helped us make incredible strides in the last couple months. So
I think we should have a party. Everybody want a party? We'll do a server. I'll give away tons of cool stuff. I think that sounds cooler.
You're gonna have to. Well, I'm down with that. I think you're gonna have to give me the actual date for that because I don't know when that was. I wasn't on the team yet. I wasn't even with Signal yet.
No, it's all good. No, it was actually May 15th.
Really? So that's a lot sooner. That's May 15th.
Right around the corner.
That's a Friday.
Yep. We also got a lot of cool.
Maybe we could do something on the 14th and. Yeah, I don't know. We could actually do something on the 15th. We'll figure something out.
Definitely. So hopefully everybody had fun, by the way. I hope you guys like the hide and seek. Maybe I should make it more complicated, but at the same time, I do like players being able to find me. But if we do this again, I will travel out to Vec, and I'll probably travel out to Tillian and some other key locations that we'll be adding in. So some new spots that will be released in the updates. So I got some ideas what we'll do. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today. I had a lot of fun. I love doing this kind of stuff. Thank you guys for participating. We got to shut down the stream, unfortunately. I got a ton more work to do. I actually got to go balance the repair system right now.
You do. And in fact, while you do that and I do my wrap-up, I'm going to do one more giveaway. One more, guys. And in this case, it's going to be balanced repair.
That's cool, Taz. May 15th?
Which isn't as funny, but...
What'd you say, Claire? Repair?
Balanced repair.
Oh, balanced repair. Oh, balance without...
Balanced repair.
A balanced repair. I'm not going to say it's going to be balanced.
You now promised on stream that you're going to have all one word, guys. Make sure it's one phrase, but one word, no spaces. So I know it's not a great way of explaining it, but...
Chloe, what are you doing? You're making it hard. Should have just said repair.
Well, yeah, but I like making a challenge for our wonderful viewers because you guys are so awesome. So while I'm letting that pile up, I am going to start my spiel, and Chris can have the final word as always.
The final word, I like that. We'll end it with the final word.
The final word from Chris. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for all your incredible feedback and bugs and support over the last 6 weeks. It's been a crazy ride so far. Chris talks about being on the Savage Bus, and we are on it, and it is hurtling forwards. Thank you so much for your questions today. Congratulations to everybody who got gear. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to everybody, and congratulations to everybody who won. And who may be winning copies of the game very shortly. As always, please click follow here on Twitch so you know when we go live. Click follow on the official Steam page so that you can, get notified when we do game updates and set events and announcements for things like this. These awesome streams that we do. You can also find us on Twitter at SavageLandsGame. You can find us on Facebook, Facebook.com/SavageLandsGame. And you can always find all of our official information on our official website, SavageLandsGame.com. So once again, thank you for all your support. Thank you for joining us today, and over to you, Chris, for the final words.
The final word. Thank you. And for all of you out there, if all goes well, tomorrow we're going to put out our next beta update. I'm going to put out a call for help because that update will have our SteamOS and Mac versions, so we're going to need some help testing. Please, the code team would greatly appreciate it. We'd all greatly appreciate it. Get your feedback, get those bugs in so we can make some fixes so we can put out a stable product for the other platforms. So those guys, everybody on different platforms, everybody can have a great experience. So please check out our beta tomorrow if all goes well. If it doesn't, I'll definitely let you know. Stay tuned tomorrow for game update preview number 7. And again, thank you guys. I hope you had a lot of fun today. We're gonna look at changing up some of the guests, get different people in, and that's about it. So thank you guys. Enjoy the patch. Hey, I'm not done with the final word, Chloe.
Well, okay, but it's not really the final word because I have to give the last winners.
So check out the patch. Hope you guys are enjoying it, and the next game update. I think you guys are gonna dig it. So. Over to Chloe for the final word.
Yeah, I know. That was a little planning on my part. All right, so congratulations to Sergeant Squall, Blue Dragon True, and Gavin Me. Sorry. You guys have copies of the game, so please message me here on Twitch, and I will get those codes over to you. So thank you very much, guys.
Take care, guys. Have a great weekend. Have fun.